Hello, everyone. This is a 2020 election prediction, assuming Biden wins a second term currently. And we have these two up and coming senators going up against each other. So the senator from Georgia, John Ossoff, versus the senator from Ohio, JD Vance. So to get started with this, I think both senators are decently populist, but John Ossoff's obviously a lot more populist than JD Vance is so far. But again, we have to assume that because it's been 8 years of Democratic control, that would give an actual boost to J.D. Vance in a lot of states. Because again, it's really hard to win 12 years of single party control for either side. It's very rarely happens. It almost happened in 2016 with the Democrats. Almost happened in the 2000 election, but it's pretty tough to do so, even with a popular president. But we'll start off with the first few states. So Iowa, by this point, would probably be safe Republican. Nebraska's first, just because it's been 8 years of Democratic control, would probably be solid Republican. Colorado, easily, solidly Democratic. Same with New Mexico and Virginia. He is from the South here, so he would definitely get a Southern boost in Virginia. In Maine at large, I think by then the trends would benefit Democrats long term, but J.D. Vance would win in Maine second against John Ossoff. But it would be close because Ossoff's defensively populist, and that populism actually helps out in Maine second. New Hampshire would probably be likely Democratic. Same with Minnesota. Nebraska second, probably likely Democratic by then. J.D. Vance wouldn't do as well in Alaska either. Probably only be likely Republican. Florida, probably likely Republican. Ohio, again, Vance kind of underperformed the 2022 Senate race because he didn't really campaign that hard. But again, I think it would probably be about likely Republican. Vance probably wins the state of Ohio by 9% or so. Because again, Ossoff's decently populist, so he would get some support out in Ohio for Democrats and prevent it from going solidly Republican like other candidates would. In the state of Georgia, with trends at this point and him being a home state advantage in the state of Georgia, I think Ossoff actually wins Georgia by a likely margin in 2028. He wins it by a pretty big one. North Carolina would also, that southern advantage for John Ossoff here would definitely help him out in the state of North Carolina. Probably win it by a lean Democratic margin. Vance would still win Texas because, again, Republican voters and independents wouldn't want former years of Democratic control in the state of Texas. So it prevents Texas from flipping yet again, but it'd be very close. Probably about a 2-point win for Vance here. In the next few states, let's see. Let's do the Rust Belt states. I think Vance actually wins in Wisconsin. Again, even in 2020, we saw Wisconsin get a bit more Republican than the nation at large because it was tilt when Democrats won by 4% in the popular vote in 2020. So I still think Vance would get a narrow victory here, but in Michigan, it would probably go to John Ossoff, and same with Pennsylvania, thus giving him the election with those two states. Then in Arizona, Nevada, I think Arizona goes to Ossoff by a lean margin. I also think Nevada goes to Ossoff by a lean margin. So Vance narrowly loses here. Ossoff's just a very strong candidate overall. He definitely has a lot of populist messaging behind him, which will help him out in a lot of these states. But for now, it'd be a narrow Ossoff victory. Probably wins a popular vote by 3 or 4 points against J.D. Vance. I'd probably say 3.5%. Let's put it in the middle there. But again, Vance, he's a decent Republican candidate, but he's not as strong as John Ossoff is. So that's my election prediction of these two candidates, and I'll see you guys in the next video.